We are coming to you from the Sports Page, the alumni-owned Old Herald Brewery and Distillery right here in Collinsville. This is the special Sports Page, a new edition, a special edition, and we're happy to be here. Joe Pott, it's our fall sports preview here at the Sports Page. I'm joined right now by our head volleyball coach, Kendall Paulus, now in her 14th season at SIUE and her 8th season as the head coach. Welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
We were just chatting a little bit. It's hard to believe it has been 14 years on staff, 8 years as the head coach.
Yeah, starting here as a graduate assistant really took me back. Yeah, 2011 was my first year, and I started as a graduate assistant.
Every season brings something new, new challenges, schedules, rosters. Roster specifically this year is one of the things I know that you and I will focus on. 15 players, 8 of them are newcomers, whether they were redshirts last year or new to the program specifically. That in itself poses some challenges, doesn't it?
It does. We're lucky we've had a few of them here training, again, whether it be a red shirt from last year or spring additions, but our fans will see 8 new people in uniform, and we're really excited about that.
What does that do for the need for not just tactical training, but you're trying to make this team, you're trying to develop that team chemistry? What does that do to challenge you in that way?
Well, I think it lays the groundwork for everything being new and that we really can start fresh. Every year you do have a brand new team, whether you're bringing in 4 or 8, but it really, I think, lets us breathe a little bit more of wow, we really have a lot of new people. We have to get to know each other better. So it really is going to push us to make more connections quickly.
What kind of emphasis, too, does that put on this preseason portion of the training, but also the preseason tournaments that you'll play in, and give you that opportunity, obviously, to then be at your best, or at least peaking as you get into OVC play?
Yeah, right now we're trying to lay the groundwork for, again, just disciplined skills, how we want to look defensively, offensively, just acting like every single person is new. We want to be able to take big risks early, so I hope to be high error because we're going for it. I don't want to play safe quickly, and everybody is forming new connections, whether that be passers or with our setters. So we want everybody to feel like this is an environment where they can go for it. You know, hit the back wall, you've got to hit out 1,000 times before we can get more kills, and we're looking at the big picture. That's
really interesting that you say I want to be high air, right? Taking those risks, not playing it safe. What does that do for your team, for the girls in the development?
Well, I think one thing I love about our team is that they love the weight room. Spring, we got after it. Our newbies get after it in the weight room. So we want to see who can hit higher, harder, more often, and then the shots will come. So again, just trying to get them to use that athleticism that they're so excited about and the hard work they're putting in the weight room, seeing that translate on the court, I think is a way we're trying to motivate them right now to make those errors. Show me how high you can jump in the air, and then we'll figure out how to put more balls on the floor.
Kind of refine things, right?
Yeah.
We're with the Cougars head volleyball coach, Kendall Paulus. And Coach, let's talk about the schedule a little bit. You've got early season tournaments in Indianapolis. Interesting, you're going to go to North Dakota, but you're going to play in 2 different venues, North Dakota State and also North Dakota, Carbondale, and again, you've got a home tournament coming up.
Yeah, really excited. We don't fly too often because in the OVC we get to bus everywhere. It's really fortunate, actually. So, taking a flight over to North Dakota, that's going to be a really tough tournament. Again, 2 different venues, and we have a really tough Northern Iowa opponent there. They won the Valley last year. So we'll see really high-level volleyball quickly.
Is that something, when you are putting together your preseason schedule, that you're looking at? Different styles of play, different competition with regards to multiple conferences, things like that?
Yeah, we wanted a mix of conferences, but I also wanted a mix of mid-majors.
Yeah.
So hoping that we could find some who might still be in a development phase and trying to, maybe they're a young team, but we also wanted some tough mid-major opponents.
Yeah, there's a fine line, right? You want to challenge your team, you want to develop your team, but you need some wins. I mean, that's realistic.
That would be nice.
Yeah, no, I mean, but just getting those wins for the team. I mean, there's something to both of those things, right?
Something we were talking about as a staff recently was you used to be able to schedule for sure wins. You could watch video of an opponent from the year before and go, I'm 99% sure we can beat this team. You just can't do that anymore. Right. Volleyball is so much better across the board. We see that in the Olympics. Like, nobody's bad. Everybody plays well, and they just play differently, and anybody can win or lose. And rosters change so much now.
That was going to be my next question. Yeah, the portal, how much that plays into it, just because movement is so fluid across divisions, within the conference oftentimes.
And you never know which seniors are actually seniors, or if they have another year of eligibility, or will they be back. So you're trying to research if this kid's going to be gone the next year or not. And you're doing that for like 20 teams.
Soon, hopefully, at least we'll be beyond the COVID rosters, because that really threw obviously everything into flux. Mm-hmm. Let's talk about the OVC, the Ohio Valley Conference. It is always tight, and I mean to the point that it can be different from a Friday to a Saturday, and I expect that it'll be like that again this year.
I've never had a harder time ranking doing our OVC rankings than I did this year. Every single team looks very different than they did last year. I think SEMO, don't quote me on this, but I think they have like 12 new players, and EIU I think has 8 as well. So again, those top teams we had last year looking so different, it could mean they're still going to be at the top, or it could mean maybe they need another year to gel together. So it really will be very interesting.
Puts a lot of emphasis on your staff and scouting as well, right?
Yeah, especially because we get to play Friday, Saturday. One thing we hope to be better at this year were Fridays. We just weren't really quite ready to go. Because they knew we had the same opponent on Saturday, we wonder if that made them kind of think, we'll ease into this, we'll figure them out. So we hope to be better on Friday, and then even better on Saturday.
So that has changed in the last, I guess it's been 4 or 5 years, because it used to be Friday was an opponent, Saturday was a new opponent. Do you like one better than the other?
I personally like playing 2 different opponents, because you just keeps you on your toes a little bit more. And now just having one opponent a week you just get lost in the scouting. You're watching these players just over and over. So I think that it can be a little bit more exciting for the athletes to see 2 different opponents.
And I always find it interesting to see what happens between Friday and Saturday, because again, it can go very differently. And I think that has a lot to do with, whether it's how your team scouts or how flexible they are and able to correct very quickly, right? Correct on the fly.
Yeah, between 6 o'clock on Friday and 2 o'clock on Saturday, there's not a whole lot you can try to get done, but you just try to give them a few bullet points and hope that it works.
Is there a particular preseason match or tournament that you're looking forward to more than another?
We've had one practice right now, so I'm so excited for them all. I don't know if I can narrow it down. It's always fun to play Carbondale. It's just a fun rivalry that we have in the preseason, and we've had enough preseason matchups with them over the past 14 years since I've been here that I love that that's kind of a back and forth battle that's just fun to go there and try to beat them.
What should fans be on the lookout for as far as your team this year? I know we said at least early it's going to be a lot of risk taking a little bit, but what else? What is there? I mean, is the style going to be similar? What are we looking for when it gets into season?
Style will be similar, but we've always tried to be middle heavy, but we have 3 brand new middles right now, so. You will see us run middle offense, but all those middles will be new. So I do think that will be fun for the fans to watch, but I want to have a really competent team. I think one of our Cougar core values is unity, and a bullet point in that is believe in yourself and others. And I just want a team that really bounces back quickly from errors, because not only do they believe in themselves, but they've got a whole team of people backing them up. Really cool. So it's August 30th is opening day, is that right? Yep. What does practice look like right in these early stages? Yep. Like you said, one practice under your belt. Is it a lot of fitness drills, or is it we're getting right into it? They are lifting about every day right now. We're going about 4 days a week in the weight room. We're doing the conditioning portion in practice. So a lot of long drills that are going to keep them going, get that heart rate up. But today we passed for a really long time. And then we ended with the little 6 versus 6. So
I don't want to let you go without talking about your staff, because you had a little bit of changeover, at least on your staff. Casey is back, but you've got a new graduate assistant now on from Mississippi.
Yeah, Hunter Ray joined us. We were able to get him started July 1. We're really excited. He's still young. He's had 1 year of experience, but he was a practice player, actually started at UNI, was a practice player there. So he's seen a lot of drills. Then he went to Texas State, was in every drill, every practice for 2 years. And then at Ole Miss was involved in every aspect of the program in some way. But again, he's seen a lot of scouting at high levels. He's been on the scout team at a high level, so he already is ready to go with a lot of new ideas, and we're really fortunate that they really coincide with our philosophy as well.
Coach, we're looking forward to another season of SIUE volleyball. Believe it or not, it will be here before before we blink, right? It feels like it's just going to be right around the corner.
Can't wait. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks for coming out. Again, we're at the Sports Page, the alumni-owned Old Herald right here in Collinsville, the special event space called the Sports Page. We appreciate you joining us for our fall sports preview.